Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody of all ages, we are here with the North Carolina Tar Heels Live podcast. I am your host with the most, captain of the Hooligan Express on this side of the Mississippi, Tornado McCray. And that gentleman over there is my co-host. Say hi to the people, my boy.
What's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy, Xbox 26, and we back with another North Carolina Live. How y'all doing? I know, yes, there's echo here, but I'm in a whole new spot. Ain't got nothing on the walls. So all this awesome.
My boy got a new house. He a homeowner.
Yeah, man.
My boy is a homeowner. I'm so happy for you. Again, greetings, YouTube. My boy a homeowner. Him and the family. Congratulations. That's the best way to end your 2025, my boy.
Yeah.
Best way to end your 2025. And man, y'all know the deal. First things first. Guys, I know we say 9:15. Give us a grace period. We're adults. Some things happen. Some things come up. But y'all know be here around 9 o'clock every Tuesday for the North Carolina Tar Heels Live podcast. We apologize if any of y'all were waiting for a good amount of time, because it happens. It's like that. But with that being said, first thing on tonight's docket, and I wanted my boys' honest reaction to this. There is a Bill and Jordan documentary airing on Vice TV tonight called the Out of Bounds series that highlights their relationship. And I told him not to look because I wanted his honest reaction to this. Oh, it gets better. It gets better.
It don't.
Yeah, it do.
No, it don't. No, it don't. Shut up.
Better,
no, it doesn't.
It does. It does. You want to know why? God. You want to know why? We're gonna look at the first couple of minutes of the preview. It gets better. It gets better.
They got previews.
What a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had
done it.
If
we get copyright for this, oh well, this is worth
success.
While any crisis manager would have told them to lay low, Bill did the opposite. He showed up front row at a Holiday Inn in Portland, Maine, cheering on his girlfriend at the Miss Maine pageant. And his presence there sparks another wave of media curiosity.
Getting Bill Belichick into that setting, in a vacuum, it's sweet. In context, it's nuts.
Check. Testing 1, 2, 3. I can't believe we're doing this. Oh my God. We are attending the Miss Maine pageant featuring Jordan Hudson.
When we walked into the ballroom, it was a dark room. They were pumping music and they had lights going on the stage.
And there was a guy talking to the front desk guy. This man turns out to be Chad, the bodyguard of Bill and Jordan. We hear him say to the front desk guy, yeah, Bill's staying here. Keep it on the down low. I was like, oh my God.
That just reaffirmed.
So I don't know how much we can show, and this is an 8-minute video, and I don't feel like showing it all.
First of all, Chad looked like a high school principal. First of all, second of all. So that's what this was from. I saw a clip of this on TikTok, I think, and I thought it was something. I thought it was Vice YouTube page.
No,
this is gonna be on TV.
This is on TV tonight, bro. It is airing tonight.
Absolutely.
December 16th. It is airing tonight. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I had to show you that, but I couldn't let you see it beforehand. Because when I found it, I said, oh my God, this is gold. This is absolute gold. I had
so here's the thing. So I saw something about this at one point, and I thought it was a fever dream. Or I thought it was a part of a bigger thing that they were doing. To find out that this is what Jordan has been working on behind the scenes this whole time.
I hope this isn't what
I can almost guarantee this. Watch this be the reason why Hulu ain't finished the other thing outside of the team.
Part of me, I'm gonna be honest. Part of me is hoping this is one thing that Vice just decided to do on their own, kind of like Mad TV or a TMZ type of thing, where they just said, you know what, we're gonna invite a bunch of people who had footage and information. I hope Jordan wasn't involved in this for her sake, for Bill's sake. I hope.
This is something I can see TMZ doing. Vice, Vice do better than this. Vice is better than this. Vice had more money. This Jordan had a hand in this. There's nothing else explains why this would be a thing, other than Jordan was going around doing extra doing the most. Because ain't no way. And just ain't no way.
I'm sorry I had to do it to you, bro. But I wanted to know your thoughts. I know you got it open. Like I couldn't let you read that part because I knew you would have immediately been asking me questions like, what are you talking about? What do you mean Vice is doing a documentary? What is this? Why? Why is it? You would have told me, why is this on the docket? I'm trying not to talk about her no more. Why are we doing this? And I'm like, bro,
like I said, I opened the docket, but I was like, you know what? Let me open Google Drive. Let me open the docket, but just close the Drive tab and never look at it. I could have told the man I wouldn't go look at it, and I didn't. And I'm like, this wasn't. I was expecting. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this.
That's what I wanted because I was like. You want to know why I knew to do it that way? Because when I found it on Bleacher Report because I was looking for some stuff for the docket. And when I found it on Bleacher Report, I said, bro, what is this? What are we talking about here? Huh? I was confuzzled. I was dazed and confused. I didn't know what was going on. So I said to myself, I was like, bro, he can't know. He can't look at this beforehand and formulate a response. I want to get his natural response to when he sees this because I knew it was going to be hilarious in some form or fashion. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I was thinking of the content.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Like
y'all did a whole
Apparently it's a two-parter. Apparently it's a two-parter. Like tonight's one episode. And
shut up. Stop talking to me.
Why are you telling me to shut up? Why am I getting violent? Why are you getting violent with me? Why are you getting violent with me? I ain't doing nothing.
Bill and Jordan got a documentary before the whole team did.
Yeah.
Jordan Hudson got a documentary.
Here's the thing. You want to know what's bad? Jordan Hudson got a documentary and she didn't even miss USA.
She's just Miss Maine. Like you won one pageant. They're like, yeah, let's make a documentary.
You missed Northeast. That's it. You just missed. You were just missed Northeast, the most north of East.
You're Miss just east of Canada.
Not just east of Canada, bro. Like
it's just east of Canada.
There's more Canada, like further east than Maine. A little bit.
I wasn't expecting to have my flabbers be gasted like this. And on top of that, and of course, it's called the Out of Bounds series because this whole thing is out of bounds.
That's what, not even gonna lie to you, that's what made me laugh the most is the fact that y'all titled this the Out of Bounds series, considering how many people look at this relationship like, hey, yo, this man's 70-something, 24, like, hey, wait a minute.
Whole violation is what this is.
Whole violation. So I to myself, I was like, man, this is wild. This is crazy. This still is wild in of itself because I ain't gonna front. I know you don't want to see it, but bro,
and take you Bleacher Report is probably where I saw it.
Can we be honest? This still is crazy. This thumbnail This still right here is crazy work.
They don't even look like they need to be in the same room together.
Like, bro, look at this. Like, she looks so embarrassed about what she just did. And this
it's like they took a picture. It's like they took a picture of her and her dad after a serious discussion.
Right. And she mad at what dad said. Dad mad. You know what this looks like? Change that to a white dress. This is dad telling her not to marry that man.
That's exactly what this is. This is daddy telling me that I can't marry the man that I love. And I'm like, no, you right. You can't marry this man.
Like, if you change that to a white dress, that is dad telling her you can't marry that man. I don't like him. Oh my sweet Jesus, Joseph and Mary. Again, bro, I'm sorry I had to do it to you like that. It was hilarious. I had to bring it up, man. I had to bring it up. But well, I'm gonna lighten your mood though. I'm gonna lighten your mood. You wanna know why? Because we can celebrate. Because Freddie Kitchens and Mike Praver have been fired, man.
They heard. They didn't even they heard my criticisms. They felt my anger. They understood. They were like, we got to get rid of this man. Absolutely. Freddie Kitchens did not need to be OC. I said it. I kept saying it.
You said it all year. I'll give you credit where credit is due. You were very adamant after the TCU game. You were immediately like, "Hey, yo, nah. What was this? What is this? What are we doing?" Like, why?
I was on that man neck all season long. He never proved me wrong. Never proved me wrong.
And for those of you,
two instances. Maybe, where I was like, you know what? When I was like, you know what? Maybe he might correct the ship. And then I was like, 2 seconds later, no, I was right. He ain't.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
And buff out for scratches. You didn't. You had to replace the whole ship.
And for those of you who may be wondering, if you're new here, you're new to this, not true to this, and you're wondering why North Carolina, why we're celebrating Freddie Kitchens getting fired, I'll give you some numbers. So, Freddie Kitchens himself, he had North Carolina's offense. This is out of 136 schools in the FBS. Just so you know, just for context. Out of 136 schools, Freddie Kitchens, our total offense was ranked 131st. Our scoring offense, in terms of points per game, 121st. Our red zone offense, in terms of scoring percentage, was ranked 119th. And total touchdowns our offense put up, which we put up 25 this year, ranked at 129th.
Some of the lowest percentiles in all categories. The
simple fact that we were, I'm mad at the fact that total offense, we were the bottom 5 out of 136 schools. We were bottom 5.
But are you surprised though? I think we only had maybe 1 or 2 games where we had over 300 total yards as a team.
Are you asking me, am I surprised post all the games played, or am I surprised from before the season?
Yes.
I hate you. Answer the question. Because if you're asking me post-season, like after everything that's been played out and I know how this played, no, I am not surprised, not one bit. If you're asking me based off what my expectations were at the beginning of the season and how I said I thought this team could put up 25 to 28 points per game, absolutely I'm surprised. Because if I really wanted to say what I wanted to say, this would not be good for the kids.
Check this out. Do you know we averaged for the year 288.8 yards a game?
I feel like that ranked like 134th.
That's where we were as a team.
I feel like that's 134, 132. Because they usually say it in the little thingy, like right under. Like you go to like
this
the team page. That's what I'm saying. If you go on the team page on ESPN, it'll usually say it.
Because I was looking under stats.
Hold up.
They didn't say none of that.
Let me see.
Yeah, ain't give me no rankings for none of this.
Oh yeah.
Then again, they probably
I got
do
you.
better.
I got you. Hold up. Cause I got it right here on the ESPN thing. Because usually here's how I do it. So you go, then right there.
You went down to the side. I was on the actual stat page.
Yeah, the side usually tells me. So at least passing yards we were 109th. Rush yards we were 123rd. Average that out, we're around like 115. 117. If I'm averaging that out.
Yep.
And if I want to look at this, let's see, there's 136. So 136, 135, 134, 133, 132, 131. That's how we got here, y'all.
Because let's see here.
Bro, no. Look at this. This is how I know our offense is bad. You mean to tell me the Charlotte team that we beat only averaged 4 fewer yards than us? The Charlotte 49ers, who we also felt like, yo, why is this that close? Yeah, Freddie, you got to go. Because when, Freddie, when you are in the same tier as UMass Minutemen, who have been like 0-12, and I think only won 4 games in the last like 6 years or something like that. Wisconsin, who had a crazy fall off from what they used to be. Ball State, shout out Ball State. Hey, I run with y'all at anytime I do like a revamp, a dynasty. Shout out y'all. Charlotte, Northern Illinois, and then UNC, you got a problem. Like, bro, Rice, Bowling Green, Nevada, Kent State, Sam Houston, you Louisiana Monroe has a better offense than us. What is this? UTEP.
So this season,
Central Michigan, Western Michigan. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns, bro. Like, I'm just ain't no way.
So this season, we had
Jesus.
5 games where we hit over 300 yards total as a team.
I'm just disappointed. I'm looking at this like this is just.
You want to know what those 5 games were?
I know one of them had to be the. It wasn't Charlotte. Who was the other team we played that we blew out?
Talking about Richmond.
Yep, that had to be one of them.
So yeah, Richmond was 312.
Richmond. I want to say Cal. I want to say the Cal game.
Nope.
No, Richmond. You said we had
Neither
300.
Yep, 300, at least 300 yards.
300
Neither team in the Cal game broke 300 yards.
Okay, so Richmond was one.
Mm-hmm.
I know we didn't do it versus Charlotte. Crazy enough,
we did do it against Charlotte.
Did we?
Barely though. 303 yards.
That's wild. Okay, so Richmond and Charlotte. Did we do it in the Syracuse game?
Oh, we definitely did in the Syracuse games. 426 yards in the Syracuse game.
Yeah, the Syracuse game.
That was our best yardage game.
Figured that. Then I want to say the Wake Forest game.
Nope.
No. Don't tell me it was the Duke game.
The Duke game was one of them too.
Wow, that's crazy work. All right, Duke, and then the last one. I'm gonna go because I'm doing this off the top of my head, y'all. So if y'all are curious as to why I'm doing this literally off the top of my head.
And I will tell you, it was our second best offensive game all season.
That would be the Stanford game? No, you did. You said no Cali team. You said no Cali team.
Well, no, I didn't say no Cali team, but in the California game, neither team broke 300 yards.
Oh, in the California
not
game.
the Stanford game, though.
Did we do it in the Stanford game?
Winning that game.
No, we didn't do it in the Stanford.
265 that game, so no.
Dang. I'm Clemson? Did we do it versus Clemson?
No, oh, definitely not.
I don't know why, but Clemson kept popping up in my head. I was like, oh man. Was it Georgia? No, we play Georgia Tech this year?
We did not play Georgia Tech.
I didn't think so. Why? That's how you know the season's bad. I'm drawing a whole blank. I'm drawing. Yeah.
Virginia.
Mm.
Put up 353 yards that game.
I'm sad.
Thanks to 145 rushing yard game that year. Or the game that week.
I totally forgot about that. Bro.
That's how we put up 4 yards against Syracuse, because we put up like 200 yards rushing that game.
Bro, we had the lowest yards per game for any ACC team in the entire FBS. Because I'm looking at it. We're the lowest ACC team. Stanford is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots ahead of us.
After watching UNC this year, the most surprising thing to me was how physically inept they were strength-wise. True. Especially on the offensive line.
Yeah, hey, that deserves a... He got that one off.
Because like there was no physical imposition at all offensively.
I'm curious. Bro, it's a bad thing. But then, also, we got to talk about Mike Pfeiffer before we get into potential new offensive coordinators for Freddie Kitchens. Pfeiffer, reason why Pfeiffer. I was
honestly surprised at that one because, like, I didn't think he did a bad job this year.
I don't think he did a bad job, but he didn't do a good enough job. The only person, because here's the thing. Truth be told, Veerhoff saved that man from being fired a whole lot earlier. Because Veerhoff was doing his thing as the kicker. Because think about it, we out of 17 teams in the ACC, we were 12th as a punt return team, 14th as a kick return team, and 11th in punting. And then not only that, our opponents were 10th in punt return yards and 11th in kick return yards, or it might have been flipped.
I said the end was bad. Yeah,
end was bad.
The end was bad.
So, Private, I'm with you. I'm a little surprised by it, but at the end of the day, our special teams was bad. Outside of Veerhoff, our special teams was bad.
I mean, I look at it like this though. When you punted as often as you did, having the 10th highest punt return yards kind of makes sense.
And here's the bad part. When I looked at that number and the way they put it in the article, they clarified, oh yeah, we're at the bottom of the ACC. For opposition kick and punt return yards, they didn't clarify if that was just ACC or nationally. And part of me thinks we had the 10th worst oppositionally kick and punt return teams.
Because
crazy enough, I don't think we gave up a lot of touchdowns off of special teams, but I do feel like we gave up a lot of yardage on special teams.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't remember seeing us give up a bunch of yardage on either one. Once again, I think based off of where the offense would end drives, how often we had to punt, because we're punting what? At least 9-10 times a game.
I mean, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. And while we do that, and he's on the phone, no. I'm gonna do that. Do a quick ad read for y'all, so y'all know about our sponsors.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Thank you all for that, and we are back. It seemed they weren't even trying to be aggressive on returns, just safe. Coverage wasn't bad until the end. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember us giving up a lot of returns. And as I'm looking at it right now, bro, I will say this. We punted the ball 56 times this year.
Like I said, like I think that was unfair to Pryford overall, because at the end of the day, we punted a lot.
A lot.
We punted a lot.
Because I'm just doing the numbers. We played 12 games, right? We went 4-8. We played 12 games. We punted 4.6. We punted 5 times a game.
At least.
5 times a game.
So, like, I think for Pryford, I think that's unfair to Pryford because, one, like we said, your kicker kept you in games more often than not. 2, your punter did as good of a job as he could based off of the situations you kept putting him in.
And I think also is this number 2. So kickoffs, right? We returned 22 total kickoffs. Our average kick return yardage was 18.3 yards. So if they're catching it at the 1, we're barely getting back to the 20, right? Then punts, we fielded 17 punts with an average return of 8.1 yards. So we're not even getting a full 10 yards on our punt returns. So I think that may have been a reason, but I'm more on your stance. I think it was unfair to price.
I would say if nothing else, and yeah, like you can get mad at him for the return yardage, but you only returned 17 punts this year.
That's the other problem. Like, so, if your defense can't cause punts, you don't have a lot of leeway to be like, hey, yeah, we're a great punt team.
We returned 17 punts for 137 yards, but we kicked 56 for 2,389 total yards.
Bro.
Like the average punt only went 40 yards. So that's a bit of an issue. But outside of that, 19 for 23 on field goals. You only had 22 kickoffs all year.
So look at that. Right?
And average kick return yards was 18.3 yards. So which I feel is about average for most teams. But Pryford got the short end of the stick here when, once again, all of this stems from Freddie Kitchens being a terrible offensive coordinator. Just go ahead.
I ain't even gonna lie to you,
Call
bro.
a spade a spade.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. So with Pryford, right? The inner nerd came out to me as I'm looking at these punt yards, especially what we punted on the 56, right? For 2,389 yards. My guy. Do you realize we punted for 2,389 yards. We were 200 yards away, 250 yards away from punting half a mile. Actually, we might have punted more than that. I think we punted more than a mile. We punted for more than a mile. I'm doing math wrong. I said feet. Don't mind me. I'm stupid. Oh yeah, we punted for over a mile. We punted for over a mile. A mile and some change.
So once again, just saying.
We punted for a mile, 1.3 miles, 1 mile, and then did like 0.35. So we almost a mile and a half down the road. Just kicking the ball. Just there you go. Imagine kicking a football for a mile down the road. You just continuously kicking a ball on the ground.
Just continuously kicking a mile up the street.
But
because once again, it just makes you think. Once again, Pfeiffer got the short end of the stick here because it's all Freddie Kitchens' fault.
Oh yeah.
Because your offense can't move nowhere. Pfeiffer got fired because your offense can't do that.
Now, do you think any of these individuals can move this offense? And who do you like? Because I saw an article that had several OCs listed. The list was and reads as Chip Kelly from the Raiders, Andy Kotelnicki from Penn State. I might have been, please don't kill me if I mispronounce that. Brian Daboll from the New York Giants, Seth Luttrell from Oklahoma, and Jerry Neuheisel from Neuheisel from UCLA. Which one are you feeling there? Which one are you not? I know who I'm not. I
mean, I too know who I'm not.
Actually, I got two I know I'm not. First and foremost, I'm not taking Brian Daboll. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not taking Brian. 1,000%. I do not trust that. Personally, I do not.
What's wrong with Brian Daboll?
I do not trust Brian Daboll.
What's wrong with Brian Daboll?
Like what he did with the Giants, bro, I don't know, bro. Like I can't trust that.
Just because you can't pick players doesn't mean you can't make an offense.
Listen, because wasn't he running? Was he running OC also as head coach out there?
I don't think so.
If he wasn't, I'll take my statement back. If he wasn't, he's off.
I don't think he was. Because hold on.
If Brian Daboll was not OC, I take my statement back. I would be a man and do that. Because if he was, my statement stands.
Let's see. So Brian Daboll's coaching staff had Mike Kafka, who was assistant head coach, OC, Shane Bowen.
Okay, so he wasn't.
Right. So no, Mike Kafka was the offensive coordinator.
Okay, then Brian, I'll take my statement back. Now Chip Kelly, absolutely not.
Yeah, Chip Kelly is absolutely
absolutely not. Do not bring that man here. Now, out of these options, I want Luttrell from Oklahoma.
Yeah, I would either go with Luttrell or Kotelnicki.
Kotelnicki from Penn State. I can see that one.
I'm even honestly cool with Daboll, to be honest with you. But at least as an offensive coordinator, because he's not a great head coach, but coordinator wise, he's pretty solid. That's how he got the New York. That's how he got the Giants job in the first place.
I'll go with Luttrell from Oklahoma, because that man also got some pedigree at Texas Tech and a few other schools that had some really good offenses over the years.
Oh, so Bobby Petrino got mentioned. There was another guy from the Titans quarterback coach. He got mentioned too.
Did he?
Yeah, I saw an article talking about he was a candidate for the job too.
That's something.
what's his name here? Hold on. Bo Hardegree.
Bo Hardegree.
Apparently he took over offensive play calling duties from Brian Callahan.
In Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Titans or the Volunteers?
Titans.
Well,
and you can't really say that the Titans play calling was bad. It's just they got a bad offense. The team's just bad.
How Karen Moore put, we just asked.
That's it.
Hey, that's how Karen Moore put it. But man, it's gonna be interesting with this offensive coordinator hunt. My biggest takeaway is to make sure they do it right and get the right person. Get somebody who actually can put together an offense and can utilize it. For the love of God, please. Please. But also, what comes with a new coordinator is like, we get a new coordinator, and you want to know why? Because we also have a new schedule on the horizon, man. And the ACC has now officially shared its new 9-game conference schedule. For those who don't know, they're going to roll out this new conference schedule. It's going to be a modified version here in 2026, and then the full 9-game slate is going to occur starting in 2027. So here's the deal. And I want your thoughts on this. So for the 2026 season, 12 of the 17 schools in the ACC, they need to bring
I agree.
some
They need
youth
to bring
in.
some youth to go to staff.
Facts.
I agree. I can agree with that.
Big fact.
And not family members. Not family
That part.
members.
Not family members. 100%. So for the 26th season, 12 of the 17 schools in the ACC will play 9 conference games. 5 of those,
just look at this article too.
Yeah, 5 will not. Those 5 being Clemson, Georgia Tech, Florida State, North Carolina, and Boston College. They're going to play 8 conference games because each of these teams are going to have multiple Power 4 opponents outside of the conference already on the schedule. The 2027 season, the 2027 season, every team except one is going to play 9 conference games. One team will play 8, and it's going to rotate every year because there's an odd number. There's an odd number of teams in the ACC at 17. And so with it, this is how the scheduling goes. Each team is going to play 9 conference games. Each team is going to play at least 10 games versus a Power 4 competition. 9 obviously are conference, and then that one non-conference game being a Power 4 school. For the team that has to play 8 that year, they're going to play 8 conference games and 2 Power 4 schools on their schedule.
So you know something that I've realized that I've noticed. So, she asked how many does Notre Dame play.
Oh, I got that in here too. I got that in here.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a bit. But what I've noticed recently, because you know the SEC is rolling out a 9-game conference season this upcoming season.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody in the SEC is playing 9 conference games next year. And I've started noticing that it looks like that's going to be the format for a lot of conferences going into it now. Because as you see, the ACC's starting to roll her out with a transitional year. When honestly, just do the thing. Because you already got most of the conference doing a 9-game schedule.
The only reason they did it is because the only reason they didn't do it is because they already got the schedule. That's the reason why the 26 schedule is already set. So if that was the case, I'm kind of like you. I would say if everybody can't do it, let's just go ahead and save it for 27.
Yeah, you might as well just say it. But then again, like I don't have a problem with the transitional year either, because at least with that, you got most of your teams are doing it. So you're already kind of
where the bugs are. And you can see where the bugs are. You
can fix some stuff here and there. I'm cool with that. Because like I said, the SEC, they got rid of the divisions, so there's not an East or a West anymore. It's just SEC flat out. So whoever is top of the ACC first and second are going to be SEC championship contenders at the end of the year. Point blank, period. With this, I think it's going to help ACC as well, because you ain't got to worry about an East or a West. But then again, ACC got rid of that 2 years ago.
Yeah, they got rid of that. They got rid of Coastal and Atlanta like 4 years ago.
So yeah, no, they got rid of it a while back. So now even with just like the ACC, whoever's at top of the ACC that's it. Point blank, period. I'm waiting on Big 10 and Big 12 to do it, so that way everybody can just stop complaining.
Pac-2, go ahead. Split your two.
Pac-7. Well, no, because remember the Pac got they
all
had
the
like 8
Mountain.
teams.
They got all the Mountain West teams. They got all the old
Yeah, all
Mountain
those
West teams.
West teams.
So they might be. But here's the other thing. So tiebreakers for this new scheduling, they're gonna adjust those as well. And kind of try and fix it, especially because of how this year ended up finishing with 5 teams being tied for second, and Duke ended up going to the ACC title game, which they ended up winning. Crazy enough, that still is a bitter taste in my mouth to say.
It still should have been Miami and SMU, but whatever.
Right.
Or Miami
Whatever.
and Virginia, but whatever.
It's like, so I think this is to help mitigate that. And then Notre Dame, the ACC remains contractually tied with Notre Dame as well, playing 5 non-conference games per year against the Fighting Irish. So right now, contractually, they have to play 5 games versus Notre Dame, which is, I'm like, go ahead and put them in the conference.
So about that. So, went through our comments, saw some opinions on this. Saw some opinions. And
there was some salty people.
There were a few salty people, because one person was talking about like, we're the only ones complaining, we're the only ones crying about it, blah blah blah. One, we're not crying about Notre Dame not playing, because at the end of the day, if it was a player decision that they're not going to play, cool, whatever. The players decided y'all not going to play. The problem we had with the situation was, one, we just saw this happen with Florida State a couple of years ago, and Florida State got embarrassed, and Florida State ain't been the same since. But what we want to say is, because one, we also agree that Notre Dame should have been in over Alabama, in my opinion, and I agree with that, because I think somebody else had pointed out that Notre Dame's real problem wasn't with Miami getting in; it was the fact that Alabama got in.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm like, that's not even it. Their problem was the ACC apparently ran a smear campaign that cost them getting into the playoff, which ACC,
Here's my thing. But I don't think the ACC is dirty for it, because like you and I both said, one, Notre Dame's not in the conference. Notre Dame's not in the conference. What do I look like promoting somebody that's not in my conference to a spot over my conference for my conference team? Two,
right.
I'm gonna say this about the whole Alabama thing and Notre Dame. I see why everybody says Notre Dame should have got in over Alabama. The issue, this coming from a guy who was an advocate for Notre Dame last year, and he'll tell you that until they got demolished. That's the reason why they didn't put Notre Dame. That's one of the reasons why they didn't put Notre Dame in this year over Alabama, because of how Notre Dame showed up in that title game versus Ohio State. They're not trying to have that again. They need Notre Dame to have a clear cut. Yeah, we really went through some comp and did this. Alabama got in off name alone. If I'm being honest, I'm keeping it a buck.
That's it.
Alabama got in off name alone, the same way Ohio State would get pushed. If Ohio State was in the same position, Ohio State would have got pushed in over Notre Dame the same way Alabama got pushed in over Notre Dame.
Now to Notre Dame's defense, I guess I would say, to Notre Dame's defense, I get that it was kind of messed up that the ACC literally ran that Notre Dame Miami game for like 2 weeks straight. It played all day long, every day for like 2 weeks straight. I don't think you had to do all that. But once again, why would I promote a team that's not in our division against a team that is in our conference? Like, what if they're in our conference? Why would I not want to push my own team? Now, to somebody else's argument on here was the ACC scheduled Notre Dame against scrubs in their conference. That's the problem. Notre Dame asked to play Miami, Florida State, and Clemson every year. The ACC wouldn't do it, so Clemson and Notre Dame made a 10-year agreement behind the ACC's back. And it said, secondly, go check Notre Dame's 27-28 schedule before you make assumptions and look stupid. Okay, so I'm looking at Notre Dame's 27 and 28 schedule. 27, the best teams that they have scheduled for 2027 as of right now is Auburn, Georgia Tech, and Clemson. That's the same thing I promote saying. So I promote the conference.
Wait.
Yeah.
You said the bet. Hold up. You said the 27 schedule. They best teams are Auburn, Georgia Tech, and Clemson.
So right now, out of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game schedule, it's like 9 teams so far. The best 3 teams that they're playing is Auburn, Georgia Tech, and Clemson. The rest of their schedule goes as such.
I would put VTech over. Depending on where VTech is with the Penn State coach, I'll put VTech in there.
Well, like I said, we'll see next year before. Because like I said, this is just going based off of what we know as teams right now.
28, it's Texas,
Clemson, Auburn, Clemson, and Miami. And Pitt. So 28, they got a bit of a tougher schedule than 28. Because Arkansas is the worst ACC team right now.
Here's my thing, and what they don't realize. Here's the other thing. And this scheduling, crazy as it's kept, is actually going to, you know who is going to benefit the most for the ACC, as crazy as it's kept? It's going to benefit flipping Clemson. You want to know why?
Clemson.
Here's the thing. As bro just said, Clemson has that 10-year deal with Notre Dame, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got 9 conference games.
So the teams Notre Dame plays outside of the ACC are trash. 9 times out of 10.
Listen, they got a 10-year contract that's already contractually obligated, so you got to fulfill that. 9 conference games. Then they got to go find another Power 4 because there's no guarantee. They got to go find another Power 4 because Notre Dame does not play in a conference. So Clemson, if they get back to the ways of old, that's 11 and let's just say they run that schedule right there. That's 11-0 versus all FBS power conference opponents. Like actually power four conferences. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a easy, even if they go 11-2 or 11-1, that's guaranteeing them almost a spot. Shoot, North Carolina, if you go and get a game with Notre Dame and then run the table in the conference, you could be in this position at 10-0 or 11-0. But
let's see here.
And for those of you who are
there's
curious,
a lot of opinions on these bowl games here. Whole lot of opinions.
And for those of you who are curious,
and then there's one against against Jordan, but we're not. Yeah. There's one against just Bill as a coach, but we're not going. We're going to go get onto that. Because one of them says bowl games are meaningless. They'll go away very soon. Bowl games are meaningless now. One dude said, "What is the point of bowl games if every decent team makes the playoffs? Most have always been irrelevant. I hope so many 5 to 7 teams opt out. You have 4 and 8 teams in the CarQuest and Weed Eater Bowl, and however low on the food chain corporate sponsored bowls go." To which somebody responded, "You have to have 6 wins to be eligible. There wouldn't be games if enough people opt out. These people are so selfish. What about the players? What about their families, friends? Players get to play on these types of stages. Their families and friends get to watch them on these stages. Coaches acting like spoiled children that didn't get their way. Not one thought about the players and their families." Then another dude was coming in talking about the beef was with Alabama, not with Miami. Says not that Miami didn't get in. Bowl games are meaningless. Exhibition games anyway. Why risk the injuries? Because Cade Klubnik decided he's going to play.
Yeah, Cade's going to play.
Because here's the thing. So
it's a good pro day too.
Exactly. And the other thing is, my thing with these bowl games are, yes, I get why risk the injury. I understand that. I do. Especially if you know generally, especially if you're a senior going into the draft and you already know your draft stock is good. Okay, I can see you wanting to sit out a bowl game. I can get that. But if you want to improve your draft stock or improve the probability of you getting drafted at all, the bowl games are for that. The bowl games are for you to be able to roll out your second, third, and fourth string guys, whoever your new starting quarterback is going to be, whoever your new starting this and new starting that's going to be for next year to see what they look like. It's basically like a glorified practice game, essentially, or a glorified warm-up game. So it's like
I have a different
y'all
approach.
gotta understand. So y'all gotta understand, like, there's uses for these bowl games. Are there too many of them? Absolutely. Are there too many of these dumb corporate sponsored games? Absolutely. Can like 8 of these get cut out? Absolutely. We don't need all of these bowl games. Especially if it's gotten to the point where 5 and 7 and 4 and 8 teams are getting brought into bowl games for when you are supposed to have 6 games to even qualify. So I don't understand I don't understand why we're doing what we're doing the way we're doing it now.
I have a different approach to it.
Only 12 teams are getting into the playoff. Only 12. So out of the 136 teams, only 12 are making it to the playoffs. So you're telling me there's not enough 6-win teams throughout the rest of the nation to put in these bowl games? And if there aren't, then you have a bigger problem. A much bigger problem.
So I have a different approach about it. One, about the bowl games and playing in them.
So Notre Dame plays Clemson, Florida State, and Miami this year. It wouldn't have been that impressive.
They might have against Clemson.
I mean, Florida State, no. Yeah, Clemson and Florida State, no.
Miami, they would have probably got dog walked.
Well, they lost to Miami.
Oh, yeah. Well, see what I mean. Hey, they played that game. My fault.
Yeah, they played that game already. Yeah, if they had played all 3, people wouldn't have been impressed because Clemson was bad this year. Florida State started good, but ended up being bad.
Here's my stance about it all. And here's where I stand in regards to playing in a bowl game. To me, yeah, it's a great pro day. Glorified practice, do what you got to do, gets you ready for the next season. You can get your new freshman, your new sophomore, get them some reps, so on and so forth. To me, if you are a senior going into the draft, this playing in a bowl game, a quote-unquote meaningless game, shows an intangible about yourself that a lot of coaches and GMs will love. And that intangible being you are going to play until you can't no more, and you are going to make sure that you are always going to go out and win. Every coach loves a player that they have to tell to sit down. They don't love a player they have to tell, hey, yo, we need you in this game. Get up and go get in this game. That's the reason why Anthony Richardson's got so much flack for what he's been going through. You don't want to have to tell a player to go show.
After that moment, you took yourself out of the game because you were tired as a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to have to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, I'm a great team player. I'll play any game. If you sit there and tell a GM or whatever, I'll play any game, I'll sacrifice whatever I can, and they go back and be like, okay, so why didn't you play in this bowl game? Now you can't sit there and say you will play any game because you already shown you value yourself over the team. And don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting there saying sell yourself out, because we know once you get to the NFL and it's really a business, we know you got to protect yourself and do what you got to do. We understand the business acumen. Get your money, do what you got to do. Please do not get my words twisted. What I'm saying is you can hurt your stock. You can hurt your image to these coaches and these general managers by not playing in that game, because you are telling them you already care about yourself more than the team. You don't care what the team's going on. And it's one of those nuances where you have to play the game. And by play the game, I'm talking the mental game. You have to play the finesse game of, like, even if you're just like, listen, I'm just trying to get to the NFL, get paid, take care of my family. Even if I only plan on playing in the NFL 5, 6, 7 years. I gotta play the part and I gotta show what I gotta do, then I'm willing to do all this, even if that's not my full end goal. Even if my end goal is to do X, Y, and Z. But not playing in that bowl game can change that up because now it's like, man, I don't know if I want you. Man, I don't know. We've seen what they'll do for a guy that has a talent, but they think has a bad attitude. Shador, Lamar, Denard Robinson,
We can go more recent than
Tim
that. You
Tebow.
saw it. No, we can do even worse. Well, Tim Tebow was more like, you got a good player that's a good leader, but is he a quarterback?
But that's what I'm saying. When you have a player that doesn't fit the mold or bucks what those general managers want of them, it can hurt you. The same thing with Lamar Jackson. Remember how they were all saying, "Oh, you need to play a different position. You're not a quarterback. Like you need to be a receiver." And he's like, "No, I'm a quarterback." Man fell to 32. When we all know there weren't 32 players better than Lamar.
Not at the time, for sure.
Not at the time.
And tell you the truth, we can even go more recent. What Diego Pavia did to his draft stock and reputation after the Heisman?
Because I saw clips and pieces. Did that man really have headphones on like that?
That wasn't even a problem. That man said, F Indiana, went to a club with a sign that said F Indiana, didn't congratulate Mendoza for his win, then had another post on Instagram that said, fuck the voters. But it's still fan heat. And then had to go because the fallout was so crazy, then ended up having to post up this big long apology about what he did that a lot of people are claiming to be that AI wrote for him. He didn't even write it himself.
Bro.
So because people were already on that side of he's real arrogant, he's real cocky, he has a bit of an attitude problem. He's basically Johnny Manziel 2.0 in other words. But because he's winning, people put up with you.
Yeah, that sounds like Johnny Manziel. That's exactly Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield when he was in.
The moment you lose the Heisman to a guy that won quarterback of the year and won college football player of the year, at this point, what did you do? How did you not connect?
Here's the thing. The Heisman was sealed. The Heisman was sealed when Mendoza beat Ohio State. The moment Indiana beat Ohio State in the Big Ten title game, signed, sealed, and delivered. Because you can't sit there and tell me that nobody else, nobody on that committee, nobody in that Final Four has a more impressive accolade at that point in time than going and beating the defending champs and #1 team. Because even if we look at their numbers, right, their numbers were respectable across the board. None of them, honestly, though, had a Heisman moment. Because when you think about it, we could go back to certain Heisman winners. Lamar Jackson with the hurdle, Johnny Manziel with the flip, Cam Newton with the run, Tim Tebow with his run. We all remember these moments of when Heisman winners were like, hey, yo, they won the Heisman on that play right there. But because none of the players this year had that significant moment, because I'll be truthful, outside of the Ohio State game, I don't know a Fernando Mendoza moment. That's no shade to him. That's no shade to him. That's not saying he's a bad player or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know a Diego Pavia. I can't list a Diego Pavia moment off the top of my head that's like he should have won the Heisman. I can't think of those moments. Even last year with Ashton Genty, at least Genty had moments where I was just like, yeah, bro definitely has a case for the Heisman.
The only person that I know for sure had a Heisman moment, in my opinion, was Jeremiah Love.
And he's an Ohio State quarterback, ain't it?
Jeremiah Love's the Notre Dame running back.
Oh, the Notre Dame running back? Okay, my apologies.
He was the guy that ended up fourth in the voting.
My apologies.
He had a 4-touchdown game. I think it was week 8 or week 6. 200 plus yards rushing, 4 touchdowns.
And that's sad because you remember growing up, bro, a game like that would have been all over ESPN.
And that
would have been all over.
That was the game. That was the game that solidified him even getting into the Heisman voting at all. Dude had 1,300 yards rushing, almost 1,400 yards rushing on the season. Then on top of that, quarterback-wise, Mendoza overall, the only real standout stat he had was the touchdowns. Outside of that, numbers-wise, Sayin and Pavia put up better numbers.
That's what I'm saying. None of them have. That's what I'm saying. When it came to the quarterbacks, none of them, and even the run backs, like he had a 4-run touchdown game, which I'm going to push on the media for not highlighting that more because I didn't even know about that. They didn't have those significant moments where that are going to be replayed over and over. So what does it come down to then? Your resume and how it looks, because all y'all accolades are similar in numbers and statute. So Fernando Mendoza had the benefit of being like, you know what? I just beat the number 1 team in the nation, and I had a good game when I did it. Because if you look at that game versus Ohio State, and let me pull it up. When we look at it, where they at?
Because like the only thing that really held Jeremiah Love back statistically was his receiving yards. Because overall, I mean, 199 carries for 1,372 yards, 18 touchdowns, for averaging 6.9 yards a carry.
Because Mendoza,
then with 27 receptions, 280 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So 21 touchdowns total.
Because Mendoza goes 15 to 23 with a touchdown and an interception for 222 yards. Sayin in that same game goes 21 to 29 for 258 with a touchdown and an interception. So it's like Mendoza didn't have a bad game. He didn't. They just won. It just came down to it. That's when the Heisman Trophy got solidified. Right there. And I know Pavia can be mad all he want, X, Y, and Z. It's like, bro, you could be mad, you could be upset, so on and so forth. That's not the way to go about it. Like, I get you felt like you should have won the Heisman. Nobody's mad at you for thinking the way you think. It's how you handle yourself afterwards. It's how you conduct the business. The same way we were talking trash about Notre Dame on this podcast last week, because the moment they got eliminated from the CFP, the very next day they say we're not playing in a bowl game. You look like a sore loser.
Let's
call it for what it is. You look like a sore loser who's being a brat and didn't get his way.
Because check this out. So out of the 4 finalists, the 3 quarterbacks, this is their stats. Fernando Mendoza threw for 71.5% for 2,980 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, 69 carries for 240 and 6 touchdowns. Diego Pavia, 71.2% for 3,192 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 152 carries for 826 yards and 9 touchdowns. Julian Sayin from Ohio State, 78.4% completion percentage, 3,323 yards through the air, 31 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Just no rushes. So to be honest, had Julian Sayin had rushing yards, he might have won it.
And that's why I say it came.
Julian was
going to win if Ohio State won that game. Because off numbers alone, Pavia has the best combined of the two, right? But Vanderbilt wasn't 1 and 2 in the nation. So then you have number 1 Ohio State, number 2 Indiana, head-to-head for the Big Ten championship. You have Mendoza saying, whoever comes out of this game winning, whoever wins this game is going to win the Heisman. If Ohio State wins that game, wins.
You know what's funny about that? Had Julian Sayin won that game in Indiana, Diego Pavia would have won the Heisman.
I don't think so. I think Sayin would have got
Diego Pavia ended up second in the voting. He was second all season long.
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. I still think Diego Pavia would have finished second. I think it just would have flipped between Sayin and Mendoza.
I don't think so. The only reason why I don't think he would have flipped between Sayin and Mendoza is because one, Ohio State was already number one. Julian Sayin was basically throwing to literally the best receiver in the nation all season long. And on top of that, all he had to do was just make sure he got the ball to where he needed to go. To where now, argumentatively, Diego Pavia is going to be more impressive because one, the wins that you're getting are getting it in one of the toughest conferences in the nation with the SEC, and you're doing it at Vandy with one of the worst teams statistically and historically in the SEC. You have them ranked for the first time, and really, I think, in a long time for them. Then the Indiana argument is with Indiana hasn't had a winning season like this since the 60s. Ohio State's expected to win the Big Ten. Ohio State's expected to be number one in Big Ten. Sure, not going to sit here and say Julian Sayin did not put up big numbers because he did, but you have the best receiving core in the nation against some of the weakest competition you've gone against in years until you hit Indiana.
So I'm just going to ask. Go ahead.
By
that logic, should Bryce Young have won his Heisman?
Honestly, I think Bryce Young should have won the Heisman because who did he lose to?
He won his Heisman. I'm saying, should he have won that Heisman? Because because that Heisman was, let me see, 2021 Heisman Trophy was. It was Bryce, Aiden Hutchinson, Kenny Pickett, and CJ Stroud. And you're saying because he was throwing to the best receivers in the country, which Alabama did have. Alabama had him, and Ohio State had him too. I'm asking, should Bryce Young have won that Heisman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Bryce Young should have won that Heisman. Because if they would have given it to CJ Stroud.
Should Joe Burrow have won his Heisman?
Joe Burrow was dead. Listen. Joe Burrow was hands down.
He had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. You see what I'm saying?
He did. He did. I agree to the argument of based off if I'm just saying they had the best receivers in the nation. I get that. But Joe Burrow, the way Joe Burrow was playing, even if they weren't catching like they were catching, Joe Burrow was still ridiculously impressive.
He was.
Like you couldn't deny Joe Burrow was gonna win Heisman. However, I get your argument. I do. And I can say, and the reason why I say the reason why Julian Sayin was already third in the Heisman voting was because Ohio State winning like they were winning against the competition they were going against was boring. Sure, if you would have beat Indiana, if they would have beat Indiana, it still would have fed into that same narrative of, okay, it's Ohio State beating Indiana.
And that's why I say
like people wouldn't have been impressed with
it. They would have given it to. That's why I genuinely think and it's the way, and I don't think so. That's why I'm really finicky about. I get what your argument is. The way it looks, the optics, it looks more impressive from Pavia doing it at Vanderbilt. But because Ohio State was the number one team in the country, and because Mendoza and Indiana was the number 2 team in the country, Sayin beating the number 2 team, the best competition outside of his own team, and winning and outperforming the other team's Heisman level quarterback, Heisman finalists, because let's keep it for what it is and let's keep it a buck. Pavia, as great of a season as he had, does not have a game going against another Heisman finalist. Mendoza and Sayin having that game against each other, just the way it lined up, helps whoever wins. And I genuinely think what would have happened, Pavia still would have finished second because you can't deny the man's numbers and you can't deny that he's doing this in the SEC at Vandy of all places. You better put him at least second. Like, respect where respect is due. But the winner of that game, in my heart of hearts, I get why you say Pavia would have won, and I could respect it. I respect it 100%, and I understand the argument. For me, just Myron, the winner of the Indiana-Ohio State game was going to determine who finished first and who finished third. Pavia had second on lock, unless both of them just had a bad day where they threw for only like 100 or 110 yards. Then Pavia's running away in first.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Even in this win, they weren't impressive. Either one of them. They were both bad.
I mean, 220 and 250 ain't horrible.
When you got guys that have been throwing 300 yards most of the season, well, except Mendoza, because he didn't throw like that.
But they're playing the number 1 and number 2. They're playing the top 2.
Here's the thing. I get that. I get the title card looks good. I get the title card looks good. I get that. The problem is when you saw Indiana versus Ohio State, what was the first thought that came to your expectation was?
I hope Indiana wins. Like, if I'm being honest.
Here's the word. You said hope. So that means your expectation was low-key that Ohio State's about to go in here and dog walk Indiana regardless.
No, my expectation was, like I did say, I hope Indiana wins. My expectation was Indiana may have a chance, but I feel like the league and everybody else, Ohio State's going to find a way to win.
Still expected Ohio State to win.
Yes, I will say that. That's all. Yes,
that's what I mean by, like, it's not. It wouldn't have been impressive. It wouldn't have been okay. Yeah, sure, it's 2 Heisman candidates, but it's like, dude, is it really that impressive though? Because it's still also Indiana versus Ohio State.
It is, but it's not.
Because we talked about this all season. We've talked about this before. Just like I said, when you saw LSU lost to Vandy, it's LSU losing to Vanderbilt. Pavia is good. We've seen it. We saw the numbers.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it's brand recognition?
It's brand recognition.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of this is brand recognition. Because once again, we saw Alabama is in the playoff off brand recognition.
But at that point,
they don't deserve to be there.
But at that point, I think that's where I think
that's what I'm saying.
That's why I think that actually helps my argument. If we're going brand recognition, being at Vandy, and like you said, Vandy not being good like this, Indiana has low-key been on the come up the last few years. People have been watching Indiana.
They have.
And so
once again, brand recognition wise,
Ohio State, Indiana is going to get more love than Vandy.
But I said it's Indiana's love to lose, though. That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, if Ohio State wins, everybody's like, "Oh, it's Ohio State won." Whatever. but with Indiana winning, it's like, "Oh, Indiana won. Hey, this is about to be this is good. This is big stuff." That was going to be more in Mendoza's favor, regardless. It wasn't like that swing wasn't going to swing saying enough to beat out Pavia, in my opinion.
I think it would have because the brand of Ohio State, but I get what you're saying. Optically, it shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Because of the brand of Ohio State, that's why I don't think it would have swung saying enough to beat Pavia out in the voting. Reason why, because once again, brand recognition wise, you expect Ohio State to beat Indiana.
I got you. I'm
even if it's a struggle, you expect Ohio State to win. You see every game that Ohio State plays throughout the year, you expect Ohio State to win most of those games, and the only real struggle you expect them to see is against Michigan every year.
Michigan got their own struggles right now. Oh man! And speaking of struggles, that was a good segment, I think. But man, speaking of struggles at bowl games, I came up with this one. This is honestly on the fly. I just came up with this one. I was like, so I'm gonna read you off a list of bowl games. I want you to tell me what is gonna be your favorite bowl game to watch before Christmas, because all these are occurring before Christmas Day. And if you're listening, I'll read them off for you too. So tonight, actually, as of right now, because the game's still going on, I actually want to see the score. It is 13-7 right now, Troy, Jacksonville State. That is in the Salute the Veterans Day Bowl. So,
and I'm veterans are bored as hell.
wow. As the vet on this show, that's crazy. You're not wrong though. 13-7. I ain't watching that right now, bro. Like,
I think being at Vandy hurt him. I agree. If Ohio State would have won, their quarterback wins the Heisman.
Boom. YouTube's a smart individual, but no, you made a very solid argument though. I get the argument that you're making, and it does make a lot of sense, and I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think him being at Vandy is what kept him from being number one most of the season. I think you've made the most solid argument I've had in that debate with people about it. Mm-hmm.
You honestly have had the most solid argument that I've had when it came to that debate, because when I've said what I've said, they're like, oh, I guess. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Pavia in any capacity.
Right.
I just hadn't heard a good enough argument for it until you said it, until the way you said it and laid it out. I'm like, okay, I can see where you're going. So tomorrow we got 2 bowl games. The Cure Bowl with your boys from Old Dominion in South Florida. Then you also have the Ventures Bowl with Louisiana and Delaware. Wait, is it just Louisiana? Oh, all right. Cool. Thursday, we got the Xbox Bowl featuring Missouri State and Arkansas State. On the Xbox Bowl. Where's the PlayStation Bowl? I need it. I need the PlayStation and the Wii Bowl. Or the Nintendo Bowl. And on Friday, we got the Dirty Myrtle Beach Bowl featuring Kennesaw State and Western Michigan. The Gasparilla Bowl, I think your favorite bowl name. I think that's one. The Gasparilla Bowl featuring NC State and Memphis. We actually have the first CFP first round game, Oklahoma versus Bama, on Friday night. I didn't even realize that. I didn't know they were the first game. That's crazy. Saturday, we're back
because then you got Texas A&M and Miami on Saturday, and Mississippi and Tulane
at 3:30.
So yeah, you got the rest of the first round on Saturday,
and then Oregon and James Madison at 7:30. On Monday, we got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl featuring Utah and Washington State, 2 states that are near the potato state of Idaho. And then Tuesday, you got the Boca Raton Bowl. Boca Raton featuring Louisville and Toledo. You got New Orleans Bowl.
Got the Knowledge Bowl.
Western Kentucky and Southern Mississippi. And the Frisco Bowl featuring Ohio and UNLV. Shout out to Rebels. Shout out to the UNLV Rebels. We got some love. Tap it. And then on Wednesday,
the Hawaii Bowl, Cal versus Hawaii.
I swear, Hawaii, if you lose that game, y'all just can't go home. Y'all got to leave the island. Like, y'all can't go back to campus. Y'all playing a home game. Y'all ain't got to travel nowhere. Here's the thing. You still get to spend Christmas with your family. Ain't nobody got to travel nowhere. You on campus with your girl, your boy, like
the Hawaii Bowl, located in San Diego, California.
Nah, the Hawaii Bowl.
I'd be so mad.
No,
I'd be so mad.
Nah, I got you ready. The Hawaii Bowl, located in Bristol, Connecticut. What? That would piss me off, bro. If you told me I got a Hawaii Bowl located in Bristol, Connecticut, December 24th.
Like, imagine all the people in like Hawaiian shirts and shorts showing up. Like, the fuck is this?
Hey, they're gonna look just like all them boys off Cool Runnings when they first showed up to Winter for the first time to Vancouver. They said, "Oh no, this is not it."
So let's see. If I had to pick, I'm gonna pick a couple of them. So my favorites so far, favorite matchups is the Gasparilla Bowl.
I knew
NC
it.
State and Memphis.
I know this man.
Because
he loves Gasparilla.
Memphis game will be good.
He just like to say Gasparilla. like an old man.
Then it's the A&M in Miami first round playoff game. And honestly, Mississippi versus Tulane. I just want to see that game. I want to see that matchup. Tulane think they're going to come out and win.
I will say this. Definitely, out of the CFP, it's definitely the Tulane, Mississippi, and the James Madison, Oregon. I'm looking to those games because if Tulane and James Madison can keep it close, even if they don't win, if it is a 3-point game, 2-point game, 1-point game, or it goes into overtime, oh, bro. The CFP gonna have a struggle next year.
Oh, yeah.
And then
you just got to respect game, bro.
You got to respect game. Then I'd say the Boca Raton Bowl. Because I just messed that up, so I never got to say that.
The Boca
Raton. And you know what? I might watch that 68 Ventures Bowl because I don't know what's going on up there. I might watch it. I might watch that tomorrow if I'm bored. The Hawaii Bowl, located in Hawaii. And then as we go into bowl season, that also means transfer portal season is opened up. And we got another guy entering the transfer portal, our DB, Malcolm Ziegler, sophomore. He has officially declared that he will be entering the portal, which sucks because we already got a number of people in the portal.
I mean, luckily enough, that's only like the third DB at least.
Yeah. That's only the third DB, but still, it's like, Jesus. But then, not only that, because transfers come in, because transfers go out, recruits come in. And you heard something about, and ESPN put out a list of 2026 recruits for every team. And who's our most impactful recruit, my boy?
So, our most impactful recruit that by expectation is Keon Chapman, wide receiver. Mainly because they ranked 300. I said SC next 300 and ranked number 68. Yeah. So the expectation was, like I said, receiver Jordan Shipp was expected to be the go-to pass catcher for the Tar Heels. And though he made his fair share of plays, the rest of the receiving corps struggled to make big plays consistently. Chapman is big and long, and has posted 21.3 miles per hour playing speed which is flying for a 6'4", 190-pounder. He can help UNC with explosive run and catch downfield plays on jump balls using his wide catch radius and height, which I don't disagree. For a guy that's his height can move a little bit, and they're more than likely going to probably add about maybe 10 pounds to that frame. So to be a 200-pound pass catcher at 6'4" that runs 21 miles an hour, you got a burner, and with a vertical leap from what we've seen in his tape, he's going to be a big jump ball kind of threat, which is going to take some pressure off of Jordan Shipp next year, hopefully. Then you also got a couple of guys.
He's just a new T-Mac.
Yeah.
You put him at 205, you put him at 200, 205, that's just a new T-Mac, which is great. Throw that joint up. Go get it.
Yeah. The only thing that's going to be missing at that point is just who's going to throw them ball.
Facts.
Because all I can say is this quarterback competition should be good next season.
Baker, Newkirk, Burgess. We should be – and Gio.
Well, Burgess is probably going to be out of that competition starting off because, the ACL tear. So he's still probably
– You think he'll redshirt? You think he'll redshirt?
I think I would redshirt it. I would. And even if you do, and even if you don't, I would still keep him under the redshirt max. But I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him this season. I would definitely have him in the competition for next season for sure.
He tore his ACL like into August, started September.
It was like it was like week 2, week 3 of the high school season. So it was early.
So I'll say this. Usually ACL repairs take about 8 months to a year. 8 months to a year to get back. He'll be back around start of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So because he's not going to be available for spring. We all know that. He ain't going to be available for spring this year. I'd say see how he is in summer workouts. But if they're still see how he is in summer workouts, but I'm kind of like you. because that's going to be cutting it close, unless he just flat out wows you.
Yeah.
And just shows out, probably redshirt him.
Unless he shows you during the summer some stuff that you literally just can't say no to, then yeah, like redshirt him, or like I said, keep him under the max, probably playing maybe 1 or 2 games in like garbage time or something like that.
Bryce Baker, I was rooting for you at the beginning of this year. You ain't get no love. Hey, it's your time, my dog. It's your time, my dog. I've been waiting on it. It's your time. Newkirk, we don't hate you either.
Newkirk, competition is legit. Like I think, like I told you, I think it was like what, last week or 2 weeks ago. I think the real competition is going to be between Newkirk and Baker. I don't think, depending on who the new OC is, I don't think Gio will stand much of a chance. To be honest, I hate to say it because I saw the improvement down the line. And like I said, it was going to depend on who the offensive coordinator is. If they bring in a coordinator that can work with Gio's skills better, then we have a 3-way competition. But if it's another one of those setups where that offense doesn't work for him, then it's Newkirk or Baker.
I'm going to say it's a 3-way for now. And even then, whoever the OC comes in, we got to just see how it plays out. So I'm still going to keep it 3-way, but definitely looking out at my boy Bryce Baker.
Your nephew's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, that's my nephew.
He's on the floor.
Yeah, is that my right?
He fell off the bed onto the floor.
And guess what? He's still asleep, ain't he?
Sure enough.
Exactly. That's why I said that's my nephew, because I did the same thing. I have done the same thing.
He's falling off his bed every night we've been here.
No, you told me one night he didn't. You told me he slept through one night.
Well, he did sleep on, I think 2 nights he slept on. He actually stayed on the bed.
So is his gate not up, or is like does?
Oh, we did. No, we've taken down the whole.
Oh, y'all took down the whole side
entirely. So one of the whole sides entirely is gone.
Okay, so now he's got just 3 sides and then the one open end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he gonna fall out.
And because he's so used to sleeping with his back against the one side that's gone.
Oh, he just.
Yeah, he just rolled right off.
And let me guess, he just hit the floor and just stay asleep. He might just move a little bit. He might move a little bit, but that's it. And then, guys, another thing about that, because y'all know what we do, recruiting season is back. And we got another great recruit coming in to Tar Heel Nation. We have 4-star safety Marquise Bryant. Marquise Bryant is 4-star safety, 5'11", 180 pounds from Roseville, North Carolina. Marquise is part of the class of 2027. So you won't see him this year, but you will see him next year. He was the 9th overall ranked player in North Carolina. He is the 20th ranked safety nationally, and he is the 199th ranked player in the nation for the class of 2027. So good shout outs to Marquise Bryant, and we do have some film on him. So that's good news. So let's go ahead and pull that up while we wait. Do. And so, just so you know, in case you didn't hear, this is our new 4-star safety that we just got for the class of 2027. Marquise Bryant, 5'11", 180 pounds, Roseville, North Carolina, number 9 player in North Carolina, number 20 safety nationally, 199 player ranked nationally.
Hold on 1 minute. I gotta go move my car.
I'll
be right back.
He done did something, y'all. What he did, I don't know. But I do my best to entertain y'all. And hopefully, y'all have had a good time here, man. And I just want to take the moment to say thank y'all To all of you who have just subscribed and stuck with us, I'll just remove this for now. But for those of you who have subscribed, who are still watching, who are still maintaining anything like that, greatly appreciate y'all. This has been perhaps a crazy year. It's been a phenomenal year. It's been pretty flipping cool. And and I just want to say I appreciate y'all every little bit, because without y'all, we ain't got no show. Well, we probably would still have a show, but ain't no point if y'all not entertained as well. So I'm just rambling at this point, but it's all good. It is all good. It's all gravy, baby. It's a Man, what? Have y'all watched Christmas movies yet so far? I haven't watched a Christmas movie yet this year. I need to. Yeah, I got what? 9 days? I gotta get my Christmas movies on. It has been way too busy of a holiday season for me not to watch a Christmas movie. I need to watch Home Alone 3. I haven't watched Home Alone 3 in a minute. That's my favorite Home Alone movie. For those of you who do not know or don't even care. And we're endowed down to 2 people. Sad times. Oh, that was back up to 4. Five people? What? What's your favorite Christmas movie? Or at least one of them. It ain't got to be your number one, but what's one of your favorite Christmas movies? Let's see. I'm ready to see who the new OC is going to be. Bro, aren't we all? I don't know who it's going to be. I just need it to be somebody who's competent. I just need to be somebody who is competent at what they do, because our offense this past year, vastly underwhelmed expectations. So Quan, I'm with you, bro. We got to figure out who this OC is going to be, and fast. Can't be waiting to the last second to try and scramble. Be like, oh, yep, this is our OC. Dude. Jingle All the Way is a bro. That's bro. Jingle All the Way. That I haven't. You just brought back some memories for that one. That is definitely a classic. You brought back some memories. I remember that one. That's a good pull. That's a real good pull. I respect that. You went in your Duffy for that one. Jingle All the Way is a good one. I hadn't seen that one in a minute though. Cause it's like, I always loved Home Alone 3. I always watched the Charlie Brown special. Like, I watched Halloween, Thanksgiving, and the Christmas special. That's my personal tradition. I definitely always watch those 3. Friday After Next is always played in my house. I don't care what you say, that's a Christmas movie. Let's see. What are a few others? My mom always loves to watch Elf. My mama loves Elf. She'll definitely watch that all the time. Ooh. What? I know I'd be watching more Christmas movies than that. Now why am I drawing a blank? How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey live action. Always got to watch that. Always got to watch that one. That is definitely a staple. See. I think I watch a lot more cartoon and Christmas specials. Because the Ed, Edd n Eddy Christmas special, I love. Fairly Odd Parents, Christmas special, absolutely. The first SpongeBob Christmas special was a blast. The Rugrats Hanukkah special and Christmas specials were awesome. The Hey Arnold, oh man, the Hey Arnold Christmas specials, boy. When I tell you emotionally draining, oh, all right, those episodes hit hard. And if y'all are wondering, if you're just coming back or retuning in, my co-host, he had to go outside, handle his car, something in his car real quick. And I know he's not going to want to miss us showing film. He loves film session. So I ain't gonna disrespect him and not show the film with him. This is like the longest pod we've ever had, too. What are some other? Hold up, I know I'm tweaking right now. I know I'm tweaking. Polar Express, definitely one. Especially because I lived in Alaska at that time in my life. Polar Express is definitely one that I gotta include. Oh, look, there he goes. All right. Real quick. What's one of your favorite Christmas movies?
One of my favorite Christmas movies?
Yep.
I don't particularly think I have one. Maybe have the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey one.
Good choice. Because I was sitting there thinking about it, and like I was talking to the viewers and whatnot, and I was like, I haven't watched one of my Christmas movies yet. And I was like, I do love Home Alone 3. That's one of my favorites. I do. It's like obviously Charlie Brown is in the mix. Friday After Next is always in there.
I forgot. I forgot that was a Christmas movie.
Well, how you forget when it literally has the older version of me in it, playing Santa that's stealing everything.
That's not 3.
That's Friday After
Next.
Friday After Next.
I'm thinking the next Friday.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the next Friday. That's why I was like, I didn't care about that. I forgot that was a Christmas movie. I'm thinking the next Friday. But Friday After Next is definitely a Christmas movie.
Friday After Next. And then Quan said Jingle All the Way is a classic. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jingle All the Way is a classic. Yeah.
What's the one with Mr. Heat Miser?
Oh,
and Mr.
Jack
Snow
Frost?
Miser. Is it just Jack Frost?
I think that's Jack Frost.
Okay. That's definitely
It's either Jack Frost or Rudolph.
Because I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm like, who are you? But couldn't let you not see the film session. We know you love your film sessions.
Oh, The Year Without Santa Claus is the name of it.
Is the name of that one?
Yep, The Year Without Santa Claus.
Ah. Word.
And I do like the Santa Claus movie. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's another good one.
The one I never understood was Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. I'm like, tell her to get out the road, bro.
Whoa, they went to court.
They went to court.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
because like the aunt was sued Santa Claus for running the grandma over.
Wow. Nah, and then
they
I was
had him
talking
show
about
up in court and everything.
Then I was talking about like a lot of cartoon Christmas specials. And I was like, Ed, Edd n Eddy one, Fairly Odd Parents, the first SpongeBob,
SpongeBob Christmas is great.
Yeah, I was like the Rugrats Hanukkah and Christmas one, and then I was like the Hey Arnold ones were like the most emotionally like bro. The 2 Hey Arnold specials were crazy, like emotional.
Thanks.
But let's get to this session because I know couldn't not have you look at film. You know you love your film sessions.
Appreciate it. What we got?
Number 6.
Safety and nickel. Okay.
Oh, he knew off.
He took
rip.
off immediately too.
He knew off rip where you were going. Where you at? Okay. Oh,
Good hit.
Oh, he
And
knocked
ball
it
out.
loose. That's a good hit. I ain't gonna lie, he don't care about y'all. That man is coming to hit. Great rap. I see why he played nickel.
Coming downhill.
I thought he could have came down a little bit
Good
harder.
tackle. He could have came down quicker.
Great angle. A nice way to break down and make sure you got the tackle. This just looks like a Hail Mary attempt to end the game.
Yeah, that was he just threw that up.
Now that's a great tackle. That and you up on the big boy? Okay. Hey, I like that.
Okay, down in the box. Good coverage.
I ain't gonna lie, I lost him for like 2 seconds. Great break. Oh, you got to come up with that. You got to come up with that. You got to come up with that.
I wouldn't say take him out to play. That was just a bad route.
It was a bad route.
That one you could.
I don't think you have to put. I don't think you have to put up. You took the first read away. I think you just gotta let the play show what you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think it doesn't hurt that you did that. Top bail. You could have broke on that earlier because you read it earlier.
He broke that a little earlier. He would have had an interception.
Because he read it perfectly. But it was like he was trying to bait the QB so much.
Yeah.
And didn't trust his instincts. That's why they make sure you don't
get around that block for the screen blow up.
Mm-hmm. Boop. Plug the hole.
He's quick reads on these runs, though.
Oh, yeah. Strip tackle.
On kickoff, too.
Oh. All right.
Okay with the club.
All right, man. So I think he's gonna be good. And I think he's gonna get better, especially because he's class of 27. So he graduates in 27. So obviously
he's got time to grow.
Next fall will be the start of his senior year. And I'm pretty sure I think this was posted in May of this year. So this is sophomore tape. So he ain't even put out what junior tape is.
So he'll be solid.
Junior tape gonna look good, and then senior tape gonna look great. And then not only that, y'all know what time it is. time for our Tar Heel birthdays, man. And want to wish a big happy birthday to defensive lineman Peter Pasanki, as his birthday is this week on the 18th. So happy birthday, Peter. Hope you have a great birthday, my boy. Do what you do. And now it is time for our favorite segment. It's time for our Tar Heel takeaways of the week, man. And do I got to start this week?
Yeah, you.
All right.
Get in there.
All right, man. Let's do it. My Tar Heel takeaway of the week. First things first. Honestly, overall, bro, my Tar Heel takeaway of the week is, as the holidays get around, make sure y'all taking care of yourselves. A lot of people are going through a lot of ups and downs, especially emotionally, with depression, seasonal depression, holiday depression. Check on your people, check on your friends, check on your loved ones, check on those who are smiling, laughing, saying, "Oh, I'm okay, I got it, I'm fine." Nah, check on them. Do a Friendsgiving, go bowling, go to Waffle House, make some laughs, make some jokes, because one thing that we all can't take for granted is the time we have on this planet. A friend of mine and former teammate, he passed away this time a few years ago, and genuinely him and his brother-in-law were on the way with, I think, Christmas gifts, or they were on their way Christmas shopping or driving or whatever. No issues. Parked behind one semi, and another semi came up behind, not paying attention, crushed them in between, took their lives. And now his kiddos and his wife, they don't have their dad. Luckily, they're doing good. Wife has kiddos are doing fine. Widow, she has found love and support through others, and I'm happy for her. But overall, this is still a tough time for them and their family. And you never know what people are going through, and you never know when's the last time you are going to get to spend these holidays with them. So cherish them, have fun. And also, shout out Terrence Crawford, Bud Crawford, retired today from professional boxing, 42-0, one of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers of all time. Honestly, I respect Bud Crawford's reign more than Floyd Mayweather's, because Bud Crawford did not duck smoke. He never ducked smoke. So that's where I stand on that. Y'all can say whatever you want. I think Bud Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion. Hey.
Statement's a statement.
Statement is my statement.
You want to keep debating on it?
Now it is your turn. Hold up.
Tar Heel takeaway of the week. Just like Bud said, like, since we're getting close to the holidays, be happy for what you got. Do what you can, do what you don't. Like, sometimes end of the year just gives you enough time to kind of like, you know what? We survived the year. It could have been worse, could have been better in some places. But we did what we had to do to get what we had to get to where we had to get to. Sometimes it ain't go the way you wanted it. Sometimes it definitely could have been so much better. But once you kind of sit down, think about it, and wonder, you could be out in the street, you could be out in the cold, you could be without heat, you could be without food. But you wake up every day, you go and get things, you get the job done, you come home, and you have a place to rest up. So be thankful that you're here, and be thankful that you're not in a worse position, in a worse place than you could have been in. That's all I can say about it. I ain't got a whole lot going on with it. So that's my takeaway. We appreciate that y'all are here. I appreciate that y'all here. Appreciate that we can get on here and entertain y'all every week. Talk about the one sport that we enjoy talking about the most. And hopefully If y'all have us, we'll be back again next season and do it all over again.
What in the world? There we go. Nah, cause I accidentally touched one and it was like, "Do not touch this." And I accidentally touched it, not knowing what it was. I was like, "What is this?" But
Ooh, what does this button do?
it wasn't even like that. But I do got to tell you something afterwards offline. But guys, that's all we have for the North Carolina Tar Heels podcast. Actually, co-host, you do the outro. I did the intro. You do the outro. Tell the people you love them.
That's all we got for this week, y'all. We appreciate y'all coming in. Remember, join us every Tuesday, 9 p.m., occasionally 9:15 or 9:30, depending on what I have going on, which is unfortunate because, I coach and all that. So I would like to be here on time, but sometimes I can't. But we appreciate y'all for being here. See y'all in the next one. If we don't see y'all next week, happy holidays, happy New Year and all that. And come back and see us. Peace.
Bazinga.